Welcome back to Sells Like Hotcakes, a video course and a community on creating a profitable Amazon and Shopify store. In this short video, we're going to talk about finding suppliers offline for your product and how you can do it by visiting a lot of different expos, trade shows, and fairs. Guys, in other videos of our course, we talked a lot about how great for you it is to visit China or Hong Kong, to visit the biggest Chinese trade shows, such as Canton Fair. This is a great way to meet hundreds of suppliers in your niche and to meet them in person, to find great suppliers, to negotiate the price, to check their samples. And all of that you can do in person, or ask your sourcing agent to do it so you can cover a lot of factories and trading companies just in a couple of days. However, what everybody is forgetting about is why not find domestic suppliers in the United States or Europe. You can't imagine how many there are local suppliers that you can find for your product. Here are some tips why you should also try to find local suppliers and not just Chinese suppliers. Here are the main reasons why you could also use local suppliers. First of all, they provide high quality standards. They already know about selling in Europe or the United States because their factory is located there, so they have to pass much higher quality standards and verifications than Chinese factories. Plus, they're working with quality suppliers who provide them with higher quality raw materials, so the quality of their final product is also much higher. Moreover, you can be doing food products, supplements, protein shakes, vitamins, diet pills, and all other stuff that you can't outsource from China. The second reason, you will be able to legally use proud labels such as Made in USA, which is great for marketing because it will help you stand out among your competition from China, who cannot use such labels. Plus, you will be able to charge a premium price for your products. Remember, American Girl products, which is just a rubber toy, but costs close to $200. That's a good idea for you as well. Of course, you'll be paying a higher price of production, but it will be easily compensated by the fact that you can charge more for the product. Plus, the shipping costs and fees will be a lot lower because there are no international taxes. There are no expensive air freight or sea freight costs, so your local shipping will be a lot easier for you. In many cases, Amazon can help you get your stuff shipped within the United States by UPC with special super low rates. You just pay inside Amazon super low rates, get the stickers, and go to your local post office, and you just ship stuff to Amazon warehouses at a super low price and super fast. Another reason is easy communication. We speak the same language, so there is less risk for you. There is no miscommunication going. You can easily know the same rules, and you play by the same rules. In case you are signing a contract, your international contract has a very low value for you because it's practically impossible for you to sue a Chinese company if they scam you, especially if the amount of the order is so small that your legal fees will be much higher, so you can just forget it. But if you are working with a local company, then it's much harder for them to scam you because you can easily sue them, so there's less risk for you. Domestic suppliers' delivery time is much shorter, obviously, because you are just shipping inside the country, and it's of course much cheaper. Plus, there is no headache for you with importing sea freight, freight forwarders, and all of that stuff, so you don't need to worry about extra layers of production and things like quality inspection. You just inspect the quality once, and then you ship to Amazon. You don't need to check it twice like in the case of China, where you need to inspect first in China, and then it might be a good idea to inspect again in the United States, especially if your product is fragile. It could be smashed during the transportation, so it's good to inspect the quality again. Here, you don't have such problems. I hope that makes sense. Finding local suppliers is not that hard as well, and you don't even need sites like Alibaba. How do you find them? First of all, you can do it online on sites like thomasnet.com, but the best way to do it is to go to local expos and trade shows and fairs in person. Most serious suppliers and local suppliers will be visiting those fairs. Just make sure you're visiting the fair or trade show in your specific niche. Let me give you a couple of examples. One of our shops is selling dog products, so we are visiting a local pet expo, which is called the Global Pet Expo. It is held in Florida. This is a great idea for you to find suppliers for your pet products. If you check the list of suppliers, they have over 3,000 exhibitors there, which is an insanely big pet expo in the United States. The exhibitor list is very expensive, and you can find pet products in all categories that you might need. Even a lot of Chinese factories will also come to this show. For example, if you search, you can see some obviously Chinese companies are also visiting this show. You will be able to kill two birds, so to speak, in one shot. You will meet a lot of Chinese suppliers without going to China. Plus, you'll meet a lot of local suppliers as well for your product. Also, if the Chinese companies are investing so much money for their representative to get a visa to fly to the United States to pay for the booth, it means these companies are really serious on working with United States buyers. So you can trust that they're really serious and they're really interested to find a buyer. They're not just paying all of that money for their guys to come if they're not serious on finding a buyer. That might be a good idea for you to work with Chinese factories that you find locally on your trade shows. Plus, of course, you'll find a huge amount of real local suppliers from the United States or Europe, which you can easily use to get legal production for your product. This is an awesome idea to find suppliers. Besides, if you are in Europe, for example, then you can go to the UK, which, of course, has their own huge pet show. For example, this one is a really big pets show. Again, you will find great opportunities to do business with a lot of local suppliers in your niche. You can meet them in person, you can get information about their product, and you can establish a relationship. I hope you guys this makes sense, and I highly recommend that you look into finding local suppliers as well, and not just Chinese suppliers if you want to expand your product line, especially if you want to get into the food-related product, pills, or supplements that sells like hotcakes. Even though the production might be more expensive and there are higher quality standards needed, FDA approvals, there are many other advantages that we discussed in this video. So I think it might be worth it. I hope it makes sense. Plus, it feels good and patriotic if you support your local businesses and you don't just take your business always to China. I hope you like this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!